I mean, we're just going to put our best foot out there.
I'm not saying we are going to fight, but just take it as a normal. Just take it as a normal.
No, but if it comes to fighting, yes,
just take it as a normal.
Same thing they did to us. Good morning, Kelvin.
Good morning, Cookie.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm hugely terrific.
Where did you catch the match yesterday?
Yeah, I watched it at Fridays.
Oh, it's Sakuman. Oh, I heard your reportage. Yeah. I heard your reportage on radio. I mean, just snippets of it because I didn't tune in early.
We picked a bit too on TV.
Oh, yeah? I see. How was it over there?
Well, I think it was great. Yes, I think it was Monday, the first day of the working week. So it was a bit...
on the low side. Yeah.
We did not have the numbers we were expecting, but at least it was appreciable. Right after the first 15 minutes, we had loads of people trooping in, and then we just had fun. It was fun. It was fun. I think, yeah, especially when we went down. We went up by 2 goals, and then they equalized, and we had to score the match win, and then wait for 10 solid minutes for the referee to end the game.
Christ. That was the longest 10 minutes ever.
Yes.
But my first question to you would be, and Jerome would also be joining us in a little bit. He's a sports analyst. He's joining us on Zoom. Yes, I would ask his perspective on what he thinks the combination of the team is looking like right now. But for you, where do you think we are right now? Can we?
Oh, yes, I think we can. Yes, it's highly possible. It's highly possible. And I think we can with what we saw yesterday from the team. They know they have just one target to get out of this group, and then the rest will take care of itself. And from yesterday's performance, it clearly tells you that every member of the team is ready for them to achieve that target. And I'm highly optimistic that this is going to go far. At the African Nations Cup, barely did we make a sequence of 10 passes together. But yesterday, in our second goal, we made 31 passes. The only player who did not have a touch of that ball was Tariq Lamptey. If Tariq had a touch, it would have been a perfect or a flawless build-up to a goal. But I think it was just lovely time to see Ghana for how far we've come. I think the technical team have done so well. And that sixpence delivery of a ball from Jordan Ayew for kudos to connect for that second goal, I think.
I was just going to ask you about Jordan, but maybe let's go to the sports analyst. Jerome, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Bella, and how are you too?
My name is Cookie, Jerome.
Oh, Cookie, sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. We do look alike sometimes, so it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. But let me ask you, Kelvin just made mention of Jordan Ayew. Would you say he's been exonerated?
I wouldn't use the word exoneration. I think it's one of those things that happens in football. And he had his day. There are times that he does not please Ghanaians with his performance. And if he so did yesterday, so be it. Once you say exoneration, I think it will be over dramatization of the issue, because footballers have got to understand that supporters are very passionate about what they do on the field of play. And once they don't get it right, that passion will be showed sometimes in the most undesirable manner. And if they get it right too, the same passion will be showed in a very crazy way. And so if Jordan, like we used to say, came to the party yesterday, so be it. I mean, we must commend him for his performance. I was really impressed with what he did, but I don't see any exoneration in there. I think that he had a good day, and we must praise him for that.
Okay, I see. Now, so with the way this team is looking at this moment, would you say we should maintain this for some time to come?
Yes, in terms of how they are going to shape up in the next game or in the upcoming games, if we should qualify, I think the coaches will determine that as and when they know the opponent they are to face. But in terms of the players they have called, yes, we have to maintain the core. If we have any core at all at this time, we have to keep it and see which areas we can reinforce, because like Kelvin was saying, look, the African Cup was a disaster. I mean, 11 months ago, all of us were...
We were so angry.
Yes, we were so angry with the team. Now, if the same team, 10, 11 months on, have been able to reshape themselves and are looking very, very very good or better than we saw them 10, 11 months ago, then we should understand that some good work has been done, and it will be important to keep whatever work we have done from that period till now. For instance, against Portugal, all of us saw the defensive play and how tense it was. It was so tense. At some point, I mean, you would wish that the game ends. Yesterday, the same thing happened in the last 10 minutes. I've heard people say that the 10 minutes were too much and the referee was not fair. And I've been telling them, look, this World Cup is different. I wish that the coaches would tell the players not to waste time, because anytime you waste, it will be added on. And we are not going to see the 2-3 minutes we saw in previous competitions. Now, if you waste 10 minutes, 10 minutes will be added. So let's play our game, let's get things right. And even if 20 minutes is added, let's make sure we keep our form together and get the kind of results we want. Yesterday, for instance, if you watch carefully, the last 10 minutes, so resilient. I mean, we were so resilient that anytime I heard the name Song, I was terrified, because his moves up there were so dangerous that if he had gotten the ball on his appropriate foot, he perhaps would have wreaked havoc. And this morning, the story would have been different. But the Black Stars did very well to contain them at that closing stages of the game. And I think that it was a good job, and we should keep it up.
Fantastic. Kelvin has a few questions for you as well.
Jerome, in as much as we talk about the plenty, I think we need to cure the ills. Which critical areas of the team do you think we need to better going into Friday's crucial game against Uruguay?
So I noticed two things. The time within which we concede goals is the same thing that happened against Portugal. You know, we scored, I mean, Portugal scored, and within 2 minutes, they scored again. The same thing happened yesterday. Within 2 minutes, Korea had 2 goals. Whatever defensive, whatever happens in our defense, such that we concede one, and within the next minute or two, we concede another, ought to be looked at. I think that yesterday, for instance, the second goal particularly, the South Korean attacker was left unmarked. I mean, he was virtually in some freedom, I mean, in some state of freedom, and he came all the way jumping to head the ball inside. I think that is problematic, because we definitely have to check that. Some of the teams will not give you that room. They will punish you, and you may not be able to recover. So we need to check that. How we concede, for me, is a problem. We are definitely going to concede goals. I mean, no football team goes into a game without conceding. Yeah. Even if you don't concede once, sometime will come, you concede. But the manner in which you concede ought to be tackled. And I think in our situation, the defensive setup is okay, but the way we concede, for me, is a problem. We cannot concede a goal and then the next minute there's another goal. If we are not careful, a game will come, we might not be able to recover, and that will be a problem for us. So in terms of which area we should work, I think that we should look at our defense again, and then maybe put up strategies that will contain that situation where we concede, and then the next minute we concede again. Then perhaps attack. Look, I have not looked at our forwards. Yeah. In fact, yesterday throughout the game, I was telling my friends that don't think that any Ghanaian striker is going to score. We will get a goal, but it might not come from our strikers. And if you watch our team very carefully, our strikers don't usually score. And that's exactly what we saw yesterday. Yes, you will get 1 or 2 from the strikers or the forwards, but our midfielders are good enough. Our wingers are good enough. Even the defenders are good enough. Once the opportunity drops before them, you can get them putting the ball behind the net. And that's what we saw yesterday. And I would look forward to a reinforcement of that approach. And I think it will be helpful against Uruguay. There's one point you made about Uruguay, which I side with you so well. And I've been saying it from last night. Yeah. Let us not go into the game thinking of revenge. There's nothing to avenge. I mean, 12 years ago, whatever Suarez did is gone. Let's keep our focus on making it out of the group stage. Uruguay is beatable. We can beat them without thinking of anything. Let's go in, play our game, and get them out of the competition. If we go thinking too much and expecting to impress, and if you are not careful, you make mistakes, and those mistakes could be your undoing.
All right, thank you so much, Jerome. My last question, you just rubbed it in with the revenge bet against Uruguay on Friday. Thank you so much, Jerome Otchere. Yes, sports analyst, and he's a former editor for Asante Kotoko Express, and he's been doing his own bets this time around with the take of Jerome Otchere on jeromeotchere.com. So that's the bets and pieces there. Jerome, yes, telling us the critical parts of the team that we need to really pay attention to.
There was a question I wanted to ask, but you let him lose. Maybe tomorrow, another time. when he joins, I would ask you would recall that when the match started yesterday, around our box was where the pressure was. I think for a good 18 to 20 minutes. I wasn't understanding. And then in the last 15 minutes, I think also towards the end of the game, the pressure was on us. Why was it so?
Well, it was because we hadn't found our feet yet, and then Korea wanted a quick goal.
For the start?
Yes, a quick goal to unsettle us.
They wanted to destabilize us,
yes, and you know, they have that energy. So at that particular point, what the Black Stars had to do was just quail into their shells and then ease down the tempo of the game so that the Koreans wouldn't be coming at us. But that positive energy from them was just knocked off when we had that opportunity to score the opener and then get them on the second goal. So it's all about that. When you have opponents who are very threatening or very daring, they have that energy. All you need to do is to sit back,
keep the tempo down.
Keep your organization, keep your structure. And I think that was what we were able to do perfectly well in order to sustain them. It doesn't come easy in games, such games, you know. You wouldn't have it easy in all games. People will come at you, and it would always be something for you to work at. And I think our team justifiably did very well in maintaining that pressure.
On your screens right now are the last few minutes to the end of that game yesterday. Tensions were soaring, were up high. There it is on your screens.
Yeah.
How were you feeling at the time?
Well, I think I was in a similar situation as that, but I was also with the phone trying to catch the people at Fridays.
I changed the direction of my eyes and my focus. I was like this all through.
Why? You had to watch the game.
This heartbreak, no, I won't be able to take it. I won't be able to take it. But let's cross over to Doha and catch glimpses of the excitement after the game.
So I'm here with some fans who are definitely poised to express what their delight has been after that particular victory over South Korea. Ose, Ghana! So let me just sample what their reactions are. What is your reaction to this?
Oh, and then you might dear, many as I said, the Obia parties will place like Juma, Obia, but Juma Kama. Yada the Nanumina Assi, Yadam Papa and Penifo in our Bota Yassi, and then the agent ever say, or quite the enemy to Sumuni, but didn't Kunimna, I didn't Kunimdia by
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So what's your name? What's your name?
My name is Ernest.
Ernest.
If you can get me on Facebook, Ernest Wale.
Oh, all right. Ernest. Tell us what the feeling is like for you.
Man, I can't imagine. It was so great, man. When I was able to capture the first goal, man. You can't imagine how I was so overjoyed. But the players no omoyade. Kudos. Yembo no by Charlie. Now defensive back, Salisu, number 1. He came at the right time. He really came at the right time. We love it.
All right, thank you. I'll come to you. What's your name? Musa. Yes. What's the feeling like now?
Oh, it was good. We watched the game, we enjoyed it. Everything was cool. We thank the players and kudos and the day you and the coach. We are very excited and we are expecting more from them next time.
All right. Ghana!
I am just praying that our excitement will not be short-lived and we can actually heighten this a lot more on Friday. I am just praying. I'm just praying. So God help us.
Yeah, hopefully on Friday. I think it's justifiable. The technical team and the players know what is at hand.
At stake,
and I think with the players, they want to go far.
Right.
Yes, so they will give their all on Friday to qualify.
Charlie, club signings will be on next year. We need to impress so that we can get into some good.
Yeah, some of the players
clubs,
are already getting attention.
Right.
Yes, someone like Kudus has already started getting attention.
I know.
It's going to be massive for him. For a player like Salisu, it heightens the call for him to either move back to Spain for a bigger side like Barcelona or in England where there are the big gangs, Arsenal and the rest. They'll be having an eye on them. Tariq Lamptey, maybe his coach will be having a different thought. Come on, should I start this guy?
I know,
so,
right?
Yeah, a lot coming in for these players.
Yesterday, our past opponents, Portugal, and our to-be opponents, of course, on Friday, Uruguay played and... was it Uruguay?
Yeah, Uruguay. Portugal and
They thrashed them 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, it was. What do you make of the game?
Well, I think it was great from Portugal. They have all the experience. Uruguay needed the victory most, and they went at Portugal. And just like any experienced side, any good coach, he allowed Uruguay to come at them. They took the chances when they had to, and I think it's all that is needed, especially for Portugal, who are seen as one of the potential winners or favorites for this tournament.
You know where I'm laughing?
No.
So that goal that
Ronaldo celebrated,
claimed for himself. Did his head actually touch the?
No.
It didn't, right?
He didn't have it.
So he should have just allowed Bruno Fernandes.
Well, I think he thought he had a touch to it. The reason why he went to celebrate
it was purely Bruno Fernandes' goal.
So
wasn't
later
his.
the technical committee sat down and they realized no, that goal wasn't
goal.
From
it was for Bruno Fernandes.
So Bruno with the brace in there, and I think he's raking in the numbers. He's becoming one of the important players for Portugal, slotting the penalty, adding to that first goal, and I think it's good for them. Now they're into the round of 16. Just 3 nations have qualified after the round of 2. France, the first to qualify. Brazil followed yesterday after their victory, and then Portugal have qualified.
So today, on Friday, and
today we are going to find 4 nations who would
also make it the round of 16.
Yes, because
so give us the fixtures then.
So the fixtures today, the first game, Ecuador, Senegal. Senegal need to win this game to qualify. Yes, and then we have Qatar against the Netherlands. The Netherlands need just a draw to qualify. So between Ecuador and then Senegal, one of them must win the game, and that it begins at 3 p.m. So they are playing the game simultaneously.
Okay.
That is for Group A.
Right.
And Group B, that game is at 7. They have Iran against the United States of America. Iran have 3 points. USA have just 2 points. England are leading the pack. They have 4 points, and then Wales have just a point lying at the base. So Wales will be playing against England, and then Iran against USA. So England need a draw to qualify.
Okay.
Wales need a victory, Wales need a victory to qualify.
These are the calculations I don't like.
And then the United States of America need a victory over Iran to qualify. Iran need a draw to qualify.
That sounds possible, though.
It sounds possible,
USA
but that's the game.
Iran. It sounds possible.
It sounds possible, but Iran just need a draw to qualify, so they can just frustrate the United States and then get a good result. But who knows? We have 2 games live on TV today: 3 p.m. Ecuador, Senegal, and then later we have that between Wales and England.
Oh, we are not showing the
7
USA one.
No, but I'm sure we'll be given updates. So just log on to 3 Sports GH across all social media handles, and then you would have all the updates.
Good job you've been doing, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Very proud of you. Thanks for sticking and staying with us. Another discussion is coming up between one of our guests and Roland Walker on medical negligence. Stay with us.